So the moment has finally come. We are almost done with the Lincoln, at least enough to get it back on the road. And to drive it on the road, we need wheels and tires. So let's go over that, and then I will give y'all a look at the Lincoln. So I picked up these wheels from a guy who was parting out a Lincoln, paid $100 for them. That included the center caps and then some old junk roller tires. And I've used those tires, to push this thing around, but they are not street ready. They are junk. And so I've ordered a new set of tires, but before we do that, I wanted to clean these rims up. My plan was to strip the paint on them. They had been painted with some silver paint and it was flaking. And after stripping them down, the finish on them is just really rough. So I'm just gonna go ahead and repaint them. I have to go pick up some paint, and we're just gonna paint them, make them look the best we can. Like I said, I've only got $100 invested in these. Maybe we can find a better set later on, but we're gonna paint them and they're just gonna be what they are. And once the paint dries, I'll get the tires mounted, put them back on the car. Then I'll bring y'all back. I've been doing some work. I've done some waxing on the Lincoln, try to bring the paint out. So I'm excited to show y'all that. But I want to get it where I can drive it out of the shop, and then we'll get it in the sunlight and I'll let y'all take a look at it. Cleaned up pretty good. I mean, it's far from perfect, but looks pretty good. So let me finish up these rims, get the tires mounted, and then I will bring y'all back and show y'all what we've got finished. And before we continue, if you haven't watched the videos on this Lincoln, the process it has been to get it to the point where we're about to show you, go back. There's a playlist on this car. Go back and watch it, and you can watch it from beginning to end, and it has been quite the process. I'll even put a clip in here of when before I show you it out of the shop, I will show you what it was when we went and got it. We've got to rescue a Lincoln. It's pretty well, the building is just sitting on it. So we gotta get the building up and get the Lincoln out. It's out. The vinyl top, unfortunately, is just shot on it, so I don't really know what to do there. If y'all got any ideas, let me know. I mean, I could always just take it off and paint it. When I looked at the car before, it looked better than I had remembered it. I thought it just had one little tear, but it had that whole section torn out where the roof had rubbed it. This is where that beam landed. The top is dented a little bit right here. So that beam was laying right across, and this car was supporting up the building. Well, here you go. Need to try to polish this trim on both sides and a lot of the other trim and stuff. The only thing I've really polished, chrome or aluminum wise, chrome/aluminum, which most of that trim is aluminum. I've cleaned everything, but I did polish the bumpers and the grill, and man, they pop. They were so dull before. But I need to do this stuff, but it is all blistered. It's really bad shape. And then all this trim is just really rough. That barn just sat and rubbed on it. So it's just got a lot of rough spots on it. I gotta do some cleanup from my polishing, but all I did on it, the paint the paint's really rough on it. I mean, you can see it's got rust coming through. It's got scratches. It's got dings and dents and scrapes, and it's just really rough. It's got blemishes. And all I can say about it is what it is. And the other thing about it, the paint is super thin. And so, you know, we're kind of, not much we can do about it. I hate to compound it. What I did is I used a cleaner wax on it to bring the shine out, but I'm just scared of, I can't believe how thin this stuff is. I mean, it is super, super thin, and I think if we start compounding it and really digging into it, I think we're gonna burn through it really quick. I just don't recall a car running across a car that has this thin of paint. I mean, there's just nothing there before you're down to this primer, and that's why, you know, it's just, well, I say I've seen cars like this, but thin paint, but I wouldn't have expected something like this to be so thin. You know, like my C10, Chevy C10, 85 C10, it's got a good, decent coat of paint. You can polish on that and compound it, but on this, I'm scared of burning through it, and it's just so rough anyway. But it's much better than it was. Like I said, it was a polishing wax, and I did it with machine, a DA. So, you know, it does cut, you know, when it does it. And my pad is blue. You know, it did take some off, and it put a decent shine to it. You know, the only reason I would go more with it, you know, I don't know that I would want to try to get more shine out of it. It's popping pretty good, and it could go more. You know, you could get more shine out of it. The only reason I would be tempted to go more on any of it is maybe try to get some of this out. This is a rust stain. This stain used to come way down here, and I got it all out except for that little spot. So stuff like that, you know, but otherwise I don't think I would risk trying to go more, because, you know, it's just not going to make that much of a difference. This trim panel, you know, I did polish it, but I mean, it's so sun faded, there's really no bringing it out. So my next step is going to be to change out this tail light. I've got another one, we're going to change that out. It's missing a trim piece that goes in here, so I'm gonna put that in. Rear bumper, I mean they've got rust, they've got specks in it, but it's much better than it was. And I really just need to find a parts car to get all these, because this stuff is just really rough. But I'm thinking it looks pretty good. I repaired one of the fender skirts. One of the brackets was broke off, the rivets were broke, and I was able to repair that. So fender skirt's back on it. I don't know if y'all saw the video I did on the rims. I think I did a video on that, or I think I will do a video on that. But I painted them. I think they turned out great. These rims are really rough, but I paid $100 for them. You know, $25 each. That's with the caps. Can't beat that deal. And to be honest, it's the only set I run across. But like, that one's decent. I think this one's decent. Some of them are better than the others. That one's decent. This is the really rough one. You can see how pitted it was. But you don't notice it, you know, even on the outside face where the wheel weight was. But with it painted, you step away from it, looks really good. This is just I think it's a Rust-Oleum. It's that Rust-Oleum 2X metallic aluminum, and the color is just perfect. To me, that is a classic mag wheel silver. Love the look of it. I wish I would have went. I think I used a Krylon on the Mercedes, and I'm not crazy about the color they turned out. This is the color. This is it. This is exactly what I wanted. Love the white letter tires. A lot of people are gonna hate that. I love it. And this 255/70/15 is what this thing needed. That 235/70/15 is just too narrow of a tire. This is a big car. It needs a big, meaty, wide tire, and I mean, that is it. So what's left on it? Still back part of the interior is apart. Got to deal with that. I need to clean the windows and wipe trim and stuff down where I've splattered. I think I got most of it off, but there's still some spots of polish. This one needs to get wiped down. So I need to do all that and probably clean the top. I haven't waxed the top. I'm just letting that cure before I put any wax on it. It's been a couple weeks, but we're still gonna let that cure, and then we'll do a spray wax on it before we ever do any kind of compound wax or polishing wax on it. We'll just do a spray wax on it. Get that off. Yeah, just a lot of cleanup stuff. This window. And like I said, back seat's out of it. I'm about to put that light in it, and I'm gonna put my registration sticker on. I've already got my plates on it. This thing is road legal. Need to get another battery for it and just drive this thing and do some shakedown runs. I've put maybe 10 miles on it probably, and thing runs great. You know, that was really just running it down to the inspection place to get it, safety inspection done on it so I could get it registered. We have to do a safety inspection here before we can do a registration. Need to pull this fender out. I think I'm gonna go get my come along and do that now. And I need to see what I can do to make this trim work for now. It's pretty mangled, but I think I can at least get it back on there. And like I said, that trim piece is really rough on both sides. Really, really rough. So I want to try to find that. And this cornering light was busted out. I got to get a inner fender because this inner fender is busted up. So that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know how y'all think it turned out. If you've got any of these chrome pieces laying around, let me know. I'm looking for them. Mine are in rough shape. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Lots more videos to come on this.